Hi there, my name is Jason Perkins, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney that specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this video series because I wanted to provide people who've been injured at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation laws and the benefits available to them under those laws. Today we're going to talk about medical benefits in a Georgia workers' compensation case. The medical benefits are one of the three primary benefits that workers' compensation pays. And specifically, we're going to talk about whether workers' compensation has to pay for emergency room treatment in emergency rooms. So, the answer is sometimes that they do. Workers' compensation generally has to pay for the medical treatment that you need as a result of your injury, but there are other requirements. That injury has to be with authorized medical providers, and it has to be reasonable and necessary treatment related to your work injury. So, when do insurance companies pay for emergency room treatment? Well, the most common situation is right after you get hurt. If your injury requires you to be taken to an emergency room, the workers' compensation insurance company is probably going to have to pay for that. They have not had time to set you up with an authorized doctor. You had an injury, you had to go to the emergency room and get treatment, and they're probably going to have to pay for that treatment. Now, the treatment that ends up getting denied most often by insurance companies as far as emergency room treatment is down the road sometime after your injury. So, if you've had an injury and then a few weeks later, months later, whenever, you end up having some increase in pain or needing to go to the emergency room for some reason, insurance companies will often deny payment for that treatment at the emergency room. And the reason why is they will argue that the emergency room is not an authorized doctor in your workers' compensation case. By that point, you should have what's called an authorized treating physician, who's your main workers' compensation doctor. And the insurance company is usually only required to pay for treatment with your authorized treating physician or treatment to which your authorized treating physician has referred you. So, if you have not been referred to the emergency room by an authorized doctor, the insurance company will probably deny payment for that treatment. The other reason that they argue that they shouldn't have to pay for it is that they only have to pay for emergency room treatment, non-authorized, when it's truly an emergency. So they will almost always argue that your visit to the emergency room was not really an emergency. You could have waited, you could have seen your authorized doctor. So if you go seek treatment in the emergency room later in your workers' compensation case, you're probably going to have the insurance company fight and deny that treatment. And to get it paid for, there's a good chance that you're going to have to request a hearing and possibly go to court to get a judge to order the insurance company to pay for it. Hope you found this information about whether Georgia workers' compensation covers emergency room treatment helpful. If you have, please let me know that by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you have some more specific questions about Georgia workers' compensation law, I think it's important to get answers to those questions. The best way to do that is by having a consultation with an attorney. I provide free consultations in workers' compensation cases, so if you'd like to set one up with me, there's two easy ways you can do that. The first is by calling our office at the phone number on the bottom of the screen, or you can reach out to us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com, and completing and submitting our free consultation request form that's available there. If you'd like to see more videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series, just visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation channel on YouTube. You can view all the videos from the series there, and you can also subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos as they come out. Thanks again for watching today, and I'd really like to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.